Hello and welcome to the channel. In this episode I'm going to show you some tools you can use for your DIY projects and some more advanced tools as well. The first tools I'm going to show you are very basic tools, but they are very important as well. You always have to carry them on you when you're doing your projects. It's something to measure with, it's a pen and it's a knife. These tools always come in handy, and that's why you always have to carry them on you when you're doing your projects. When I measure things, I always like to use this ruler. I think it's more accurate than a tape measure and it's really nice in tight spaces. But if you like the tape measure more, go ahead and use that. I always use the carpenter pencil, as you can see in the picture right here. They're very solid and they can be used to all jobs, you just have to keep them sharp. And the knife, I always like to use a knife that can change the blade. This way you will always have a sharp knife. The next group of tools are very basic as well. It's a hammer, a crowbar and a plier. These tools are very great for demolition, but as you work on your projects, you always learn that these tools can be used for a lot of things as well, and that's why I think these tools are very important. The next group of tools is the tools that are going to build your projects. These are tools that you have to collect as you go. The handsaw and the square and the level are very important tools. I suggest you get these tools right away. But as you go and do your projects, you can always add tools to your toolbox, as a chalk line or some chisels and maybe a planer. These are all tools you can use for your projects. The next tool is a power drill. This tool is very important because it's going to be involved in all of your projects. This is why you have to get a power drill for your toolbox. As you can see, I also have an impact driver. This is very handy when you have to drill and screw at the same time, but it's not a necessity. If you have to go for just one of them, I would choose a regular drill. And while we're at it, you also need a bit set and some drills. I really like this bit set because it's small and it fits in your pocket. When you need to change, it's very quick to go in your pocket and to get the right bit and change. And I always just carry loose drills, but you could get a whole set of drills to have in your toolbox. The tool you're seeing right here is a tracksaw. It looks like a regular skill saw, but this one runs on a track. And it's very effective once you're cutting sheets. You can adjust the depth of your cut and the angle. This one in particular is a fast tool, and it's a very expensive tool, so I don't suggest you start out with this saw. This next tool is a multi-tool, and I suggest you get this one once you expand your tool gallery. This tool has a lot of options. It has both triangular and round sanding discs, and it has loads of cutting discs. The options are almost endless with this tool. And it's very handy to get in tight spaces to cut things. This is not a very accurate tool, but it gets the job done. The sanding discs are very small, which means it won't give a very perfect finish when sanding, and the cutting discs are not very precise because the cutting discs are very thin and flimsy. But, as I said, this tool will get the job done. The last tool I'm going to show you is a laser. I use this all the time. It can both level and square things. It's very efficient, and once you're used to it, you can almost never go back to just using a level or a string again. This particular laser I'm showing you right now is very expensive. It has 2 vertical lines and 1 horizontal. But it's very efficient. But I suggest once you start off, you should get a cheaper one. If you're going to purchase a laser, you also have to think about what color your line has to be. Mine in particular is red, but I can tell you right away I prefer the green lines. They're easier to see in daylight. There's just one last thing I have to show you, and that's protective gear. You never want to cheap out on protective gear. Here you can see my hearing aids. And I couldn't find my protective glasses, but you also want protective glasses and gloves. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. If you have any questions about this video, please leave a comment in the comment section below.